Welcome back to Indiana Outdoor Adventures. You know, I've fished in a lot of places around the country, and I was a fishing guide up in Minnesota. I was a fishing guide down in the Florida Everglades. But the one thing I've never tried was fly casting.
Oh.
And I've always thought that, you know, the perfect person to teach me would be the guy that taught me how to hunt, taught me how to fish, taught me how to handle a gun well.
There you go.
This is my father, Ron McCormick, and Dad, I wonder if you could just show me a few of the basics about using a fly rod.
I'd be glad to, and I'm sorry that we haven't done this 20 years ago.
Well, you know, I can remember as a kid you working on tying flies,
Yeah.
but I was more interested in hunting.
That's right.
And you were into fishing, I was into hunting, and now we both do both together.
There you go.
And it's great. We've got our deer hunting trip we go on every year. We've been out striper fishing together, and now we're out in the middle of the White River casting for smallmouths.
That's great, and it's great to spend the afternoon.
It is. Tell me a little bit about the rod and reel itself, so I know a little bit of the terminology, and then how I need to cast it.
Very good, Troy. Well, what we got here today, Troy, is an 8.5-foot fly rod. It's called a 6-weight. Fly rods are rated by weight.
Okay.
The 6-weight is kind of in the medium class. They go from about a 3 to a 4, sometimes even a 2 for real light trout work, up to a 9 or so, and that's for a heavier fish. But for White River and for catching bluegill and bass, crappie, this 6-weight works fine. It's price-wise, you can get an outfit from anywhere from probably $25 to as much as you want to spend. This unit here is about $75, including the rod, the reel, and the line. You first of all on your reel put a backing on there that's tied to your fly line, and it goes on the reel first. That's in case you do hook a big fish.
Okay.
And he runs you out, you got something to hang on to him with.
Okay.
So you got backing tied to your line. You got your line then tied to a leader, and on the end of the leader is your fly.
Okay.
So,
and the idea of the fly is that it's a very lightweight type of a bait, and you're going to cast it out so that it floats on top of the water.
right, this is a floating line. You can get sinking line, floating line. This is called a double taper, and that's because it's thin on one end, it's thicker through the middle, and it gets thin again on the other end. You can turn it around and get double use out of it.
Huh.
If you're in a manual, they'll say that you need to bring your rod up to about the 10 o'clock position, take it to about the 2 o'clock position, and when you do that, the weight of that line will load that rod, put a little bend in it, so when you drive it forward, it'll lay that line out on the water. Now let's try that. Here we go. See how it laid back, you kind of hesitate a bit, then it loads the rod up, and it's all wrist action. You don't want to be throwing it with your arm like that. It's elbow and wrist. Keep the elbow in tight to your body. I had something there. A lot of times, especially in trout fishing, you'll see a rise, what they call a rise. That's where the fish comes to the surface to pick a bug off the surface. And you want to hit him with that fly or get very close. And you might not be able to be there the first time. So you're working that rod like that. Then you're about the right spot, and you go there, and you're right on him, and he'll where you can grab.
So
your
you're
bait.
having to let out a little bit of line to carry it out a little bit further.
Right.
And to get your accuracy to track.
True.
Okay.
Grab the line in your left hand, have the rod, keep your elbow close to your body, take it back and let it load the rod, take it forward, and you're out there.
Okay.
Let's give that a try.
And this is just a right-handed, left hand. I'll switch places here.
Right.
And we're out about good here, and I'm just going to give it a...
Yeah, let it hesitate a little.
And that's why we edit film.
Let it hesitate a little bit as you're on your backswing.
I caught my own rod.
And that'll happen many times.
Okay, now if I want to come up to the 10 o'clock position here, and then I'm going to come back to 2,
Right.
and then take it back out.
Right. And you want to hesitate on your back just a little bit to let that load that rod up.
Okay. So I come up here to my 10 o'clock position, pull back to 2 and hesitate, and then go back out.
There you go. And you're in your fish catching spot.
Okay, let's try that again now.
Okay.
I'm going to get up to about here, come back. Well, that went almost straight. So
Yeah.
I must be doing something wrong because it looked right.
Now, kind of make it one continuous motion. Now, as you come to your position, just keep moving it. From here,
Okay,
just
so
keep moving.
kinda...
Now you got it. Yeah. Right.
There's got to be a little better way to release that looks better. I just kind of went flop.
Well,
What's the when I release that? Is it just
yeah, just let it go, and the line will pull it on out
and
through the
it'll
guides.
just pull itself out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I come back.
There you go.
Okay.
Now try to cast one over that spot.
You mean like aim over there?
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Now you don't always have to let loose of the line.
Okay.
You can
hang on to it
you
just
can hang on to it.
Have that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try that. Okay, you didn't quite hesitate long enough.
enough. Okay.
There you go.
That went right back out where I wanted it there.
That's good.
I kind of like that.
That's right. Now
Okay.
we get a fish on there, you'll like this
I
kind
like that even more.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, with the fly rod, it's a very flexible, lightweight rod, so even a small fish is going to be an exciting...
And that's one of the fun things about the fly fishing. You can catch a small bluegill and you can have a good time with it.
Okay, okay.
And the 2-weight, you can have more fun than a 9-weight because it's a lighter rod.
Oh, sure, I think so. That's like fishing with a lighter weight on even a bait casting reel or spin cast reel.
Correct.
Oh, something came up after that.
Oh, good. Go ahead and catch him.
Yeah, really. Okay, let's try that again. Well, we're having a real good time down on the White River today with the Normal City Fly Fishing Club. And Dad, I can't thank you enough for getting the guys together to come out here and spend some time on a Sunday afternoon fishing in the river, and even more importantly, getting to spend some time with you and having you teach me how to cast a fly rod.
Yeah, well, I'm sure glad you came today, and all of us will be looking forward to watching this on TV and seeing how it turned out.
Hillbilly Custom Game Calls, offering the finest and precision-made diaphragm mouth calls for wild turkey hunting. Each call is handmade and gauge stretched for exact tension each and every time. Select from double and triple reed calls like you've never heard before. We also have an assortment of handmade wood box calls, glass and slate top pot calls, and predator calls that will make us your source for all of your custom game call needs. Look for us online at www.hillbillygamecalls.com. Lost River Jet Boat Excursions, offering exciting and enjoyable boating adventures on the forks of the White River. Climb aboard the Lost River Jet Boat and fly up the river, stopping to enjoy wildlife and scenic Indiana. We launched near McCormick's Creek and Spring Mill State Parks, French Lick, and Patoka Lake. For more information or to book your trip today, call 888-733-6883 or visit us online at www.lostriversllc.com.
All natural beef, pork, and poultry raised right here in southern Indiana. Preferred Meats of Sellersburg is a full-service butcher shop providing quality meat products with no chemical preservatives or growth hormones. Our family-owned business raises and buys all of our products locally. We offer a full range of natural aged beef, gourmet burgers, homemade sausage, and a full line of Boar's Head Deli products. Located in the Hometown Plaza at the corner of Charleston Road and State Road 60.
High-Tech Firearms and Training is your southern Indiana source for all of your hunting and shooting supplies and firearms. We have a fully stocked selection of handguns, rifles, shotguns, knives, ammunition, bows, and archery supplies. Firearm training and personal protection classes are offered by NRA certified instructors in our in-house training center. Remember, shoot often and carry safely. High-Tech Firearms and Training is conveniently located in Sellersburg, Indiana.